welcome back to Eye on Archbold High. I'm Eric Vall. We're continuing with Archbold High School's Fall Sports Media Day. Sitting across from me are Eliza Basic and Avery Roth, two runners from the varsity cross-country teams. Good to have you with us in the studio today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To start off, what do you do for conditioning for cross-country?
It varies day by day. So some days we just go out for runs, like an upbeat tempo run. Other days we run hills. Some days we'll have what we call minutes. So the coaches will be around the track, and then the coaches will blow whistles for when we need to speed up and slow down a little bit, just keeping up our paces. So it varies day by day, I would say.
Is there any sort of more tough conditioning? Anything you find tough?
I would definitely say the hills. Running the hills is difficult because not only do we have to just go up and down the hill, we also have to keep up our pace and do a big loop around as well, not only just run up the hill.
Yeah. I imagine hills are just annoying.
Yeah.
What would you say is the hardest part about cross country in general?
I would say really the mental portion of it. Every day you can get up and run. You might be sore, but really it's not too bad. It's just the getting up before the sun comes up every morning and still using your Saturday to go compete. It's just really, really hard to do. And then even just to keep going, keep running, pushing yourself, I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be frustrating to not have so much free time and weekends and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. How's the team been doing with average times?
So everybody has been doing really good. I've noticed, we have had so far 47 season bests and 26 personal bests. So that is very, very good. We even had Jude Hudson break the school record again this year. So that was really cool to watch, and hopefully he does it again. So, yeah.
Is there any main strategies for running? Do you, I know some people listen to music while they run and sort of run to the beat of a song.
I would just say making sure you're mentally in it and mentally focused, and keeping good body posture is a huge part of running. It's not just moving your legs. You have to have you're standing up straight, your arms are going straight and not twisting your body, and just keeping your head straight as well, just to get a good momentum.
I've heard some stuff about how posture is important for running. I guess I don't really know a lot about it because I don't do cross country.
We work on our core during practices just so we can, especially going up hills again, you don't want to lean into the hill. You want to stay up straight and just focus on keeping your body upright.
Yeah, sounds sort of like hills are just the thing nobody wants.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anywhere you've really enjoyed running at? Any school? Any tracks?
I personally really enjoy the Tiffin Carnival. It does have a lot of hills, which is ironic, but I enjoy it just simply because there's so many teams and so many girls and competing. I just love the bigger races where I can just run with more people, not only my Archbold team, but other girls as well.
I don't really enjoy any of them, but they're fun to watch. Tiffin is a great place to watch, but in my opinion, no, not fun to run. Oh, well.
I've watched at LCXC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fun course, and we used to go through the water there.
Oh.
Through their little stream, which was pretty cool. But, your feet get soaked and it gets heavy to run another, 2 miles after that. So it's kind of nice to put a bridge in there, but,
Yeah, thank you, Eliza and Avery. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. I am Eric Vall. Fall Sports Media Day coverage continues on Archcom Media.
Hi again, McKenna Thiel here in the Archcom studio. We move next in our fall sports features to the AHS football program, a team that I personally see up close as a student trainer on Friday nights. Seated opposite me are two senior football players, Joseph Williams and Max Barrows. Guys, thanks for giving me some time today. My first question for you guys today is, what kind of football program did you guys have growing up?
It was a little bit different growing up because we actually both went to Hilltop. Over there, they really don't have, I'd say, very good culture. They just don't win a lot. Practices aren't very intense, and it's just much different here. Like, we just have a script every single day to get through and tasks to accomplish every day.
Yeah, I agree with that. At Hilltop, it's a lot different. I mean, there's maybe 100 people at your game compared to here where there's playing in front of a few thousand, and it's a big deal over here. Everyone's going to the games on Friday night, so I think it's definitely a lot more serious over here, and it's more of a team sport, more of a brotherhood over here for sure.
Yeah. So what positions do you guys play here, and have you always played that position growing up?
No, actually, my freshman year, I played D tackle and then offensive guard, but then I got in better shape my sophomore year through my senior year, and now I play linebacker and still play guard.
I as well play linebacker, and I've played that my whole high school career, but all throughout middle school we were short-staffed to say the least, so I had to play like defensive end at times, and I was really small, but offensively I played running back up till junior year, and then when we changed our offense from tight end look to H-back look, I moved to H-back, so that's what I do still.
Yeah, all right. I'm just going to pretend like I know what you guys were talking about. What are your guys' feelings on how last season ended?
It was kind of bittersweet. I mean, we knew going in we were going to be a really young group. We graduated like, I don't know what it was, like a 20-plus senior class the year before. A lot of freshmen playing varsity, sophomores playing varsity. So I don't think it was – I think the experience is really what we needed because we had a bunch of people coming back. So I don't think it was a total fail, but obviously not as much W's as we wanted, but we're going to get that fixed up this year.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what kind of make out of the season because, I mean, you come back with not very many returning starters, and it's a lot of expectations on you. And coming from a winning program, always winning 8+ games every year, to go 6-4 is definitely disappointing, but there's a lot of upside to it. You know, we could have lost more games than we did, but we finished and pulled out strong, and we could definitely see maybe the next year that we got a lot more experience coming back and we can win a lot more games like we will this year. So
yeah, exactly. Going off that, what was the focus this summer in order to prepare for this season?
Like I said, we had a bunch of young guys playing varsity. We really focused on leadership. Our coach, Damo, actually put us through like a mental training program that's like all focuses on leadership. And throughout the off season, we would come in before school at like 7:30, and he would have just pretty much leadership council meetings with us, just trying to get the guys to gel, be comfortable talking to one another, be comfortable calling people out if you need to, holding players accountable, which would lead to more success in the field this year.
yeah, we just came in early and did the dirty work and grew together and struggled together and practiced as a whole and did all the hard stuff you got to do to win. And I think it definitely worked and paid off, and we're a pretty tough group, I'd say.
Yeah, leaders are definitely an important part to every single team. You guys have touched on this, but could you go into more depth about what is the team culture this season?
I'd say toughness. Dom always just talks about us being tough, being physical, just flat out outworking people, outplaying people. He always talks about when we're like, over the summer we'd come in early to lifts. Wasion's not doing this right now, or PH ain't doing this right now. Like just putting in that extra time, which really makes the gap further between our programs and will allow us to win and continue to win at a high level.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always preaches just be tough, be disciplined, stay resilient, and play all 4 quarters, 48 minutes of tough football, and trust people beside you and be confident in your abilities and trust your preparation. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Especially with so many guys, you got to make sure that everybody's, together and has that mindset for each other. So, what would you say playing Archbold football means to you personally?
It means a lot. Like Max said, it's a big thing here. Damo even talks about it on Fridays night. On Friday nights, the games aren't just about us. It's a community thing. It's almost like a festival every Friday night. Like you can just feel it in the air. You can feel it at school. People are excited. Everybody's going to the game tonight, especially a home game. The fans are excited. People posting on social media. Icky's is always packed downtown before the game. It's a big thing. So I think it's just I'm grateful to be in a position to play for Archibald, especially like coming from a school like Hilltop. Just the games and the sounds and how packed the crowds get. Sometimes I just look around and it's like, wow, like this is a big deal over here. And I'm just grateful to be in a position I can play.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, it's super special to be a part of that, coming from, like he said, Hilltop, where it's not a very big deal over there because you don't win, truthfully, but it's a little different. But it's definitely a really cool thing to be a part of, and it's exciting to be a part of a great team, and seeing everybody come and watch you means a lot for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like I'm not a player, but I can tell there's just a lot of people who want to be there to watch you guys succeed and to be there to cheer you on. So, yeah. Going into your senior season, if you could go back and talk to your younger self just starting out football, what do you think you would tell him?
I think if I could go back, just keep your head down, keep working. Your time's going to come. Obviously, when you're a freshman, you think you have all the time in the world to, well, I'm not a senior for 4 more years. I got time. I can sit in the back here, maybe not pay attention as close as I should have been. Just tell them to really focus and even really watch the people that was playing before you, like role models, and see how they did it and how they were leaders for the team, and just learn from that, because obviously we're seniors now and our time did come. And I just wish maybe I would have did a little bit more of that when I was younger.
Yeah, I think as a freshman, you kind of just joke around that you got so much more time and you kind of not take it so serious. And then you get to the end of the playoffs and you see your upperclassmen crying. And it's a hard moment for sure, but you got to realize that it's going to come for you too. So I think you just got to make the most of it and really take it all in and see what you have is very special.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to senior year already, but it's here and we just got to kind of embrace it. What do you think the biggest lessons football has taught you are?
Just resilience and hard work leads to success, I'd say. Like, just you're not succeed just doing the bare minimum, getting by. There's a lot of things that go into winning. It's the practice every day. It's lifting in the off season. It's watching film. It's looking over the scouting reports. I mean, there's a lot of aspects. I think you can apply that to real life too. And when I get a job and stuff's not always fair, maybe you think you're better fit for this position, but the coach doesn't see that. Just continue to grind and keep your head down, and hard work beats talent at the end of the day. So
yeah, I think a lot of discipline and a lot of resilience goes into just being tough, because in football you're gonna get down early and you got to claw your way back up. And I think it teaches you a lot of hard work too, because football practice is hard. It's very hard, but I think it's a good thing that way. It prepares you mentally and physically for later in life. For sure.
All right, one more fun question before we wrap up. Who do you have winning the 2025 college football playoffs this year?
I got to go with Michigan. My boys.
Ohio State. That's all I need to say.
Joe and Max, it's been good to talk to you today. Thanks for your time. I'm McKenna Thiel. Our coverage of Fall Sports Media Day rolls on. Stay right here for more.
We continue our features of fall sports programs at AHS. Once again, I'm Miley Cox, a cheerleader at AHS, and I'm excited to interview 2 of my teammates, Molly Rutledge and Savannah Rangel. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Has there ever been a game you've gone to where everything went wrong?
No, I don't think everything went wrong. Sometimes things don't go according to plan, but because there are so many great leaders on the team, somebody steps in and makes sure that they either get the coach involved to help us fix it, or we can just work together to come to a solution.
Has your team this year made a difference in the way the season has gone? Do they work well together?
I would say yes. We the season always, like, the first game starts off like with a bunch of nerves and stuff like that. But as the season gets farther and farther to the end, we get super close and we work really well together. And I would say this year especially, all of our teammates are super close to each other.
That's really good. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I just agree with the fact that, especially towards the end of the season and especially into basketball season too, we get really close as a squad because we are at so many different games and practices and events together.
How do you feel about this being your last season, Savannah?
It's bittersweet. I'm really excited to see what the girls do without me, but I'm really sad because I love each and every teammate that I have. So,
yeah. Were there any games you'll remember as your favorites?
Not specifically, but I do enjoy away games more, just because I get to spend more time with my teammates and just like the atmosphere just in general. It's just so much fun.
What made you start with cheerleading, and how is this unique to you?
I remember when I was a little girl, always looking down at the cheerleaders on the sidelines, going to football games, and I always looked up to them. And then going into middle school, I kind of did it almost as like, yeah, I'm going to be a cheerleader with low confidence. And then making the cheer team was like a real confidence booster, and it started up a passion of mine.
Yeah. Molly, are you looking forward to any games this season, and what schools?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the Military Appreciation Night because I think that's a great way to honor the people that have served our community and our nation. I also am looking forward to homecoming because it's just very exciting. There's a lot of energy in those games, and everyone's just really excited for the dance the next day, and we're just all very pumped to be there. A specific school, I would have to say Wauseon because once again, it's like homecoming. Everyone has so much energy, and they just want to keep cheering and keep rooting on the team. And that's just, for the cheerleaders, that really gets us energized too, and we all just have a lot of fun.
Yeah. What is the most memorable games you have been to?
Most memorable? I don't know. I have different memories at each different game, but I am different than Savannah. I really like the home games, so all my memories from that, I just feel like I look forward to doing like the run throughout on the field. So those are specific memories that I really enjoy.
Yeah. What made you start cheerleading, and how is that unique to you?
I guess I just have always loved performing and dancing and stuff. So I was always doing dances and cheers. So my mom signed me up for mini cheer, that program, and I always did it. And I just always knew after doing that that's what I wanted to do in middle school and high school.
So doing mini cheer must be really important to you because that's what got you into doing cheerleading.
Yes, I love teaching young children. That's what I want to do eventually, I think, one day. So I really enjoy doing what I love, cheerleading, but then also teaching kids how to do that, and maybe they'll be inspired to do it like I was.
Yeah. Is any cheer that stands out to you as the most fun?
The most fun?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say this year would be the hello cheer because the hardest ones to learn are the most fun and I feel like the most impressive ones, but you have to put a lot of time into that. And we ran that one every single practice multiple times and outside of practice, so I think that's why that one is special to me.
Yeah, what went into you guys creating the hello cheer?
Well, I kind of looked on the internet for some inspiration during the spring of last year, and then in the summer of this year, I got together with a few of the cheerleaders, including Molly, and we kind of broke it down, and it was not easy by any means, but we eventually got it, and it looks amazing now, and I feel like at first everyone was kind of worried about it, but I think it looks really good.
Yeah. What is your favorite competitor for both of you guys?
I would have to say Wauseon, the Wauseon games.
I would agree with that. I feel like there's just so much energy, and that big rivalry just is so much fun.
Yeah. How much goes into the sign creation?
About, I don't even know how many hours. I would say combined, because we have to take into account the amount of drying and stuff all the painting does, but I would say 7 hours per sign. Is that what you would say? So, and if we have 20 athletes, that's a lot of signs. But because we have so many people on the cheer squad and we dedicate a lot of time to it, we typically get them done within a month.
Yeah. Where do ideas for signs come from?
Just looking ideas up on the internet, and sometimes certain people, we know what we're going to do with them if there's a specific brand or specific movie, but other people, we don't just want to match something with the same letter to their name or something that sounds like it. We want it to kind of relate to who they are, just not a random idea.
Yeah. What are some things that people do not realize that cheerleaders are responsible for?
We are responsible for, like she said, all of the signs and all the things that go in the hallway during the fall and the winter. And then concessions. We take care of girls' volleyball concessions. Anything else?
Yeah, I would say that's it. Sometimes we do stuff with the middle school, so we like to help teach them. And then the mini cheer and elementary school, we do a lot with that. So I feel like it's a lot of behind-the-scenes work almost sometimes. We make the signs and we hang them, and then they're there when people walk in. So, I don't know if it's always like people realize that we do that, but those are some of our projects.
This has been fun. Thanks, Molly and Savannah, for the time today. I'm Miley Cox, and in a few seconds, we'll have our final fall sports group, which I'm also a part of, the Archbold Blue Streak Marching Band. Keep watching Eye on Archbold High.
Hello everyone, I'm Joel Ward. Our final segment of the 2025 Fall Sports Media Day coverage features one of my own organizations, the HS Marching Band. Field Commanders Alana Trace and Jade Whitaker are with me. Thanks for giving us some time today, guys. So my first question today is obviously we went to the Defiance Band Spectacular on Saturday night. Alana, do you want to share with me kind of what that was and how that went?
Yeah, so we actually had 6 different bands performing. I think there was some from about 2 hours away. Everyone gave a little segment of their shows over the season so far. We were actually the only band that did more than 3 songs. We did 6. So everyone else did 3 or 4. And I'm incredibly proud of every single member in our band. It was a lot of people we performed for. There's about 300 there, maybe more. But yeah, it was just great getting to know all the bands, and at the end we all got to mingle, and we got an award at the end for participation, and it was pretty great.
Awesome. So this one's more for both of you. Why did you guys want to be field commanders in the first place?
I kind of really wanted to be a field commander just because I saw how much leadership they took on and how much they got to help the younger generations of our band. And the impact they have on the students and the staff is just impeccable to see.
The reason I wanted to become a field commander was I just like a challenge. I love talking to people. That is something I've always loved doing. So field commanding really got me out there to create bonds with people, and it was very, very nice, and I love it. It's so much fun.
Awesome, guys. What's your guys' favorite thing about band?
I would say the favorite thing for me is the family that we have, like, as a unit. You can just have so much fun with anyone in the marching band, and you can become friends with any of them. And we all just, like, enjoy seeing each other every day, and we're all positive with each other, which is great to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, like the family we create, because some of these people you would never think you'd be close friends with. Everyone gets involved in each other's lives. Like, you know certain things about certain people, and it just creates a closer bond. And it's very nice going to school and being able to have that bond with people.
Yeah, I always say, like, once you go into freshman year, you just get, like, 50 new friends when you join band. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It truly is. Because not everyone has that opportunity.
And like you said, it's just a great big family. I want to ask, can you, like, just describe for me how the summer looks like for the band, like the practice?
So first we meet in, like, mid-July for our first week of band camp. And we start out by teaching fundamentals to all the freshmen and refreshing it for the upperclassmen who forget over the summer. But it's an intense day where we just drill, like, basics of, like, how to march, how to keep tempo, how to step on the right foot, and everything like that. And it just gets progressively more challenging over the week.
Yeah, a little before that, too, for field commanders personally, we go to usually a week-long camp. So our junior year, we went to Otterbein University for DMA, Drum Major Academy, and then this year we went to University of Toledo for their band camp. So for us personally, we start band camp like a month in advance of everyone else because we have so much to prep for. And then the week usually before band camp, a week or a half, whatever, we usually bring in all of the squad leaders and leadership people to come and refresh on ways of doing leadership, ways we can improve our band, and how we can help people that may need a little bit more help than others. And we just truly love it. I don't know. We prep so much ahead, and I feel like it's not really recognized, but we make sure our band is the best it can be.
Yeah, and then at the end of the week, we go through a week long of band camp and a bunch of challenges and hard work, and then we get to showcase it off. And it's definitely not perfect every year that we do it, but it shows, like, the improvement from day one to the end of the week. And parents can come, the community can come, and it's just exciting to see where we started and where we ended.
Yeah, and this year was our first year we did not use a metronome at our showcase, because usually we have the metronome playing in the back. So this was our first year of not using one, and I was incredibly impressed, because from freshmen not knowing anything to, you know, not having to use a metronome and watching the field commanders and staying on tempo was I was just in awe the whole time. It was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It was truly awesome just to showcase that to our parents of how much work we accomplished in that 1 week. So you mentioned you go to Field Commander Academy. Can you explain that a little more?
Okay, so basically we are grouped with a bunch of other people from other schools. So we actually met the Defiance Field Commanders, which they're pretty awesome. So they go through different styles of conducting. Obviously, everyone is different. There's the pattern we use, and then there's this weird smooth pattern I don't really like. But we do different patterns of conducting, how to keep tempo, how to do different time signatures, conducting in 3/4, 2/4. We mostly go over leadership styles because as a field commander, you take on a lot more. So we have to learn how to adjust to different things. So we do that. We do like different workshops. We work with different people. And I don't know, we meet a ton of new people, learn different leadership styles that we can take back to our own schools. And it makes an impact. If you ever want to become a field commander, I definitely recommend it to go to camp.
Yeah, I think too that we get to be led by people who are directors of bands or have been field commanders themselves or are music educators. And so we learn more about like music side of like band, but we also learn about their experiences and how they handle being a field commander in their own band and everything like that.
Yeah, and it really is nice too because we actually had the University of Toledo field commanders with us. So we were all put on the same level. It's like no one was better than another. So we were all learning together. It was all a fresh start and it was very, very new to us, but it really was a nice little refresher for what we can do better.
Cool. So shifting gears a little bit, I want to ask, like, how's the Archville Blue Streak Marching Band different from other schools' marching bands?
I would say a big difference for us is we march every single piece of music that we play. A lot of schools like stand still during their show to play a song or like move for one song or move just a tiny bit for another. But like we are constantly moving. We're constantly doing intense drill, making shapes. We make people. We make movements. We do a lot of like fun extra things too with like smoke and fire. We had a fire show. We incorporate a lot of like extra things that a lot of bands don't have the time for or don't have the passion to do.
Yeah, and we also march a different show every week. So we try to learn a show in a week, which is a lot of work, surprisingly. But we usually do a different show every week, while some bands usually just do one show their whole season. So we always bring something new to the table every week for every game.
Okay. Are there any specific football games you guys remember, like, being, like, more fun or, like, just, like, that stand out to you?
For me, it's our Blue Fire show my freshman year. I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory, but because we had a flamethrower and people with torches, at that time I was obviously marching, I wasn't field commander. And I remember a torch person going like this and was catching my plume on fire.
Oh, wow.
And I could feel the heat and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to have to pull out the fire extinguisher now and I'm going to run around like a mad woman. Anyway.
Yeah, I definitely remember the Blue Fire show. And I also remember, I think it was our sophomore year, we were in Wauseon and we had a battle of the bands between like different stand tunes. We were like going back and forth with them and trying to see who could play louder. And that really just got the band engaged and they were excited to play, which was fun.
Yeah, I remember both of those events just being like just super fun. Like I'm in the drum line for Archbold, so that Blue Fire show was just amazing for me. And like you said, that Battle of the Bands with Wauseon, that was just something you can remember the rest of your life. So last question today is just like, do you have an impactful lesson you've learned from band that you want to share?
I would say that like no matter how hard things get and what challenges you go through, your hard work is going to pay off, and you're going to have people who are appreciating what you do. You may always not see it, but there's definitely people who do.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. Like no matter what you do, there's always going to be tough times. Like it's not always going to be easy, but obviously we strive through that. Like we've had our challenges with field commanding. Like it's not as easy as it seems, but you can definitely take lessons from everything. Definitely enjoy the little moments as well, because we're seniors. Like it has gone so fast. I remember my first time stepping into the band room. Like definitely like enjoy every single little moment, even if it's a bad moment. Like just remember that like this goes so fast and it's only 4 years of your life. So you have to enjoy everything and definitely make new friends.
Yeah.
Step outside of your comfort zone and go talk to those people.
Yeah.
Like
take every opportunity you can to get out of your comfort zone and make friends, because you never know where these friendships will lead you or how long they're going to last.
Yeah, and talk to other bands at football games because I have so many new friends from other teams and other schools, and it's really nice being able to see them and be like, oh, I know you. So it's very nice. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks, Alon and Jade. I appreciate your time today. I'm Joel Ward from all of us at ArchCom. Thanks again to all our participants. Thanks also to all of you who watched our programming of AHS Fall Sports Media Day. This has been a production of ArchCom Media. Find more great content on the Archbold Communications channel on YouTube and subscribe.